It has been a long, hard winter. Ever since housing went sub-zero and the financial crisis seized us in its icy grip 3 years ago, this relentlessly cold and barren season has battered our industry.
Clients stopped relocation. They put on the brakes hard. It was a big adjustment. There were a lot of concerns about costs. There were a lot of cancellations.
I don't think that the industry realized how much of an impact the economy and the housing market would have. It's always been talked about, but the reality was a lot stronger than I think anybody anticipated.
Well, we saw the lack of sales out there as we were working with people, understanding appraised values, and then after we purchased those properties, they weren't selling. We realized back in 07, 08 that we were going into a situation where the market wasn't going to recover.
Relocation is emotional enough, but you add the economy, the uncertainty, losing some of the value of your most important asset, which is typically your home, can have a big impact.
Our accounts were telling us their budgets were cut. There was no money to move, to relocate anybody. And when they did relocate, it was a very competitive environment.
If companies are lucky enough to convince somebody to relocate and take a loss on their home, all the other services that go along with that relocation have to be seamless.
Those that are surviving are finding ways to diversify and find other lines of business and plow forward. I mean, even in a long, bleak winter, you got to shovel the sidewalks.
But even the most brutal winters must come to an end and yield to spring, a period of recovery and renewal. When days grow longer and warmer, buds form on trees, and nature slowly comes back to life. These signs of renewal now surround us, and they are beginning to take root in our economy as well. Americans have begun shopping and dining out more often, spending more for entertainment, buying more luxury goods, and starting to enjoy their lives once again. These new green shoots can also be seen in the relocation industry.
Volume is up a little bit. Our existing accounts have increased their business. It seems like there's a lot more pent-up demand that now they have to move people.
They're more aware of the market. They're not as much in shock. They realize going into a relocation the types of losses they may experience, but they also realize on the buy side they're also going to gain some valuable properties in areas that they would have never been able to afford.
We've done a little bit of research and studies that have shown growth and potential for volume. There's a little bit of firmness within our relocation clients.
We can start to see it coming. And when I'm starting to talk to a lot of our agency family, they're seeing some business coming their way. Our business is tracking year over date between last year and even the prior year. We're seeing an increase in the number of shipments. So I'm expecting this year to be big.
Cautiously optimistic. They are moving forward, they are making plans. It's kind of start and stop. It's not consistent yet, it's not on the right track just yet, but we're all moving in that same direction and it feels good.
As in nature, restoring growth can be a delicate process. The ground must be prepared and nurtured to make our environment a fertile place that is ripe for growth. Now, we must be good stewards, tend this garden, and breathe new life into our business.
I'm a little bit fearful that corporate America has realized they can still progress without relocating people, but at the same time, I think there's a lot of people that are in their current positions that are ready to move on. And with that, there's going to be new activity and new hires and programs that are going to have to be adopted to revolve around more specific needs.
Ultimately, what the customer is looking for is great value, and that comes through superior customer service.
We took a conscious effort and looked at all of our costs, and we maintain our staff levels so that we didn't have to retrain, and we did a lot of cross-training during those slower months so that we could maintain the good customer service levels that our customers expect.
We've done a lot of systems integrations. We're trying to technologically get ourselves ready for the business so we can do more with less. We're also staffing up to make sure that when the business did come back, we're ready and we're performing at a very high level.
I think you'll see more international versus the domestic side. I think you'll see that at a lot of organizations. I've been in this industry a fair amount of years, and I've seen that shift.
The most important thing is is the vitality of where we're headed. We hit a stability period last year, and now we've moved into a time of vitality, of growth, that springtime essence that we know we can push forward, and it just gives a bright outlook for our future.
Our spring is a fragile economic recovery, and it is only just beginning. We can help our business flourish like a thriving landscape once again if we face up to the challenges, work together, and help make it a place for growth. Like buds on a tree, the signs are there. You just have to look closely, learn, and prepare. Welcome to Spring 3.0.